What's up, Commanders family? Welcome back to Commanders HQ, your go-to spot for everything burgundy and gold. Let me start with this. This team is working hard every single day to get sharper, smarter, and stronger so they can deliver the kind of results we've all been waiting for. And here at Commanders HQ, we're doing the same, always bringing you the latest and most important updates straight from the heart of Ashburn. Before we dive into today's huge news, do me a favor, hit that like button right now. It helps us keep growing this community and ensures that more Commanders fans stay informed on what's really happening behind the scenes. All right, let's get into it, because we've got two major storylines to break down. One involves our superstar wide receiver, Terry McLaurin, and the contract standoff that has been weighing on this fan base for weeks. The other is breaking trade news involving Brian Robinson Jr., a move that already has fans buzzing and could reshape Washington's backfield. For weeks, Commanders Nation has been holding its breath, wondering, will Terry McLaurin still be wearing the burgundy and gold when Week 1 kicks off? Well, we finally have something positive to talk about. Quarterback Jayden Daniels has been saying from the start that he's 100% confident he'll be throwing passes to McLaurin this season. A lot of us wondered if that was just optimism from a young QB, or if he knew something we didn't. Turns out, maybe he did. NFL insider Albert Breer reported that the McLaurin situation is in a better spot than it's been since he requested a trade back on July 31st. That's the most encouraging update we've had in weeks. Breer even said that while both sides started far apart, the ground is being made up and looming deadlines could help push an agreement through. Now, let's be clear, McLaurin's camp reportedly asked for more than the massive deal DK Metcalf signed with the Steelers, 5 years, $150 million. Washington, meanwhile, seems more comfortable paying around $28 million per year. That's still huge money, but it's a gap that has to be bridged. The good news? Breer and others around the league believe a compromise extension before Week 1 is still likely. And honestly, it makes sense. Washington just went to the NFC Championship game. Trading away their captain, their heart and soul wideout 2 weeks before the season opener? That's not realistic. McLaurin might not be on the field yet, but he's out of the rehab phase and into conditioning, working his way through the team's ready-to-play process. All signs point to him returning soon, and if this extension gets done, it will remove the cloud that's been hanging over training camp. That's the question none of us want to ask, but we have to. What happens if McLaurin and the team don't strike a deal before the opener against the Giants? The truth is, it's unclear. Does McLaurin sit out? Does he play under protest while still pushing for a trade? Nobody knows for sure, but given the tone of the recent reports, it feels like both sides understand just how critical he is to this offense and to Jayden Daniels' development. Think about it. You've got a young quarterback coming off an impressive rookie year, heading into his first season as the undisputed face of the franchise. Taking away his top target right now, that's setting him up to fail. The Commanders know that, which is why, at this point, optimism is the word I'd use. As if the McLaurin situation wasn't enough news for one day, we've also got a blockbuster trade to talk about. Reports confirm that the San Francisco 49ers are acquiring running back Brian Robinson Jr. from the Commanders in exchange for a 6th-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Robinson is flying to San Francisco right now to take his physical, and assuming everything checks out, he'll join a backfield that already features Christian McCaffrey. Just imagine that 1-2 punch. From the Commanders' perspective, this move comes with some context. The Commanders reportedly agreed to absorb part of Robinson's $3.4 million salary this season. In return, they get a future draft pick and clear the path for Austin Eckler to take the lead role, with Chris Rodriguez Jr. and rookie Ja'Cory Cross-Carey-Merritt filling in behind him. Let's pause here, because this is significant. Robinson was a 3rd-round pick in 2022, a tough physical runner who gave this offense balance. In 41 games, he racked up 2,329 rushing yards and 15 touchdowns, plus 65 catches for nearly 500 yards. He was steady, dependable, and brought real toughness to the ground game. So why trade him? Simple. Scheme fit and flexibility. With Eckler now in Washington, plus the team's desire to lean into more of a dynamic, versatile offense around Daniels, the front office saw this as the right time to move on. Losing Robinson changes the identity of the backfield. Eckler's more of a pass-catching threat, someone who thrives in space. Rodriguez is more of a bruiser, and Ja'Cory Cross-Carey-Merritt is fighting for a role as a change-of-pace guy. The question is, does this group have enough balance without Robinson? He was that between-the-tackles grinder, the type of back who could wear down defenses. Ekeler's skill set is different, more explosive, more versatile, but also less about brute force. For Jayden Daniels, though, this might actually be a blessing. Ekeler's ability to catch passes out of the backfield gives Daniels an additional safety valve. When the pocket collapses, he'll have that quick dump-off option. That could be huge for a young QB still adjusting to the speed of NFL defenses. Put these two storylines together, McLaurin's contract optimism and Robinson's trade, and what do you see? The Commanders are a team that is actively shaping its roster to maximize the Jayden Daniels era. They're prioritizing keeping the franchise receiver in-house while reshaping the supporting cast to give Daniels more versatile tools. It's not without risk, but it shows a clear vision. Build around the quarterback and do it now. Now let's talk about something that just came to light. Marcus Mariota has been quietly battling an Achilles issue during training camp. NBC Sports Washington reporter J.P. Finley confirmed that Mariota has been dealing with Achilles tendonitis. And while that might sound like just another training camp injury, the story here is bigger. Because this isn't just about whether Mariota can take the field in preseason, it's about what he means to this roster, to Jayden Daniels, and to the long-term stability of the quarterback room. Mariota himself addressed it with reporters, saying the entire staff, we all got on the same page and just appreciate the fact that they were willing to kind of let me take my time and get it right. That right there tells you everything about his standing in this locker room. Washington isn't rushing him because they don't see him as just another backup. They see him as a leader, a mentor, and someone who can steady the ship when called upon.
And here's the thing. It's not just talk. Mariota has already delivered for this team in huge moments. Last season, when Daniels went down in Week 7 against the Panthers, Mariota stepped in and guided Washington to a critical win. Later, in the season finale against Dallas, he engineered a game-winning drive against the Cowboys. Those aren't just footnotes. Those are examples of why this coaching staff trusts him. So when you hear that he's on a careful, step-by-step recovery plan, it makes sense. He's too valuable to rush back and risk a setback. Mariota explained the plan clearly. Part of that process is to come out here, start individual work, and then slowly get acclimated in the team setting. That's a measured, veteran approach. He knows how to manage his body, and he knows that this isn't about winning August practices. It's about being ready when it really matters. September football. Mariota even said it himself, "I should be ready by week 1." That's the kind of confidence you want to hear from your QB2. Why Mariota matters more than ever? Some fans might ask, well, if Jayden Daniels is the clear starter, why does Mariota's recovery matter so much? Here's the answer. The quarterback position is the heartbeat of every NFL team. You need two things, a young star to build around and a trusted veteran who can step in at a moment's notice. Washington has both. Think about the franchises that fall apart when their starter goes down. Washington doesn't have to be one of them because they've invested in Mariota's experience and leadership. He's not just insurance. He's a voice in Daniels' ear, a set of eyes in the film room, and a proven professional who's already shown he can win games in burgundy and gold. One of the underappreciated parts of Mariota's presence is how he's respected inside that locker room. Coaches and teammates don't just see him as a guy holding a clipboard. They see him as someone who makes the entire quarterback room stronger. When you've got Daniels, a second-year player still learning the ins and outs of NFL defenses, having a veteran like Mariota is priceless. He's been through injuries, setbacks, comebacks, and that wisdom is exactly what young quarterbacks need to hear. And let's be real, it's not easy to find a backup quarterback who embraces that mentor role while still preparing like he might start on Sunday. Mariota checks both boxes. Looking ahead to Week 1, so here's where things stand. Mariota's dealing with Achilles tendonitis, but it's being managed carefully. He's progressing step by step, starting with individual drills, then moving toward team reps. He and the team both expect him to be ready for Week 1. That's huge, because while none of us want to imagine Jayden Daniels missing time, the NFL is unpredictable, and knowing that Mariota can step in without missing a beat, that gives this coaching staff and this fan base peace of mind. Commanders Nation, let's be honest. In years past, backup QB was a weak spot for this team, but not anymore. Between Daniels' rise and Mariota's presence, Washington has one of the more stable quarterback rooms in the NFC. This Achilles setback isn't ideal, but the way it's being handled shows just how much Mariota means to this team. He's being preserved, protected, and positioned to succeed when it matters. And at 31 years old, with over a decade of NFL experience, he knows exactly how to make that happen. So Commanders fans, here's where I want to hear from you. Do you believe Terry McLaurin's deal will get done before Week 1, or are you still worried he could be on his way out? And what's your reaction to the Brian Robinson trade? Was it the right move to clear the way for Austin Eckler, or do you think Washington just gave away a proven back for too little? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This community is built on fan voices, and I can't wait to see where you stand on these big developments. And before you go, don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe to Commanders HQ, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update. This season is going to be wild, and we'll be right here with you every step of the way. The Commanders are making moves, the future is taking shape, and we're all witnesses to it together.